Good evening, everyone. So, today we would be starting with a question that is September 24, which was asked in September 24 exam, right? So, as I discussed in the previous lecture, the first thing that we should always do is read the pre. As I already told this, you are going to get 2 weeks before your exam, right? After that, on the exam day, what you should do, you should first read all the tasks and after that, all the exhibits. So, why not before exhibits and after that task? Because when we are reading the task, we will know what is asked from us, right? We will be aware what are the requirements that they are expecting from us, and we will solve accordingly. So now we would be starting with Biago question. When we read the question, we need to understand first three things. First is what is our load, right? Then which formats we have to answer and to whom we are answering. That means we need to understand whether we are doing internal reporting or whether we are external, whether we are telling to our own team or whether we are issuing report or briefing note or some place note outside. Accordingly, our wordings will change. So now in this, the Piago is a company which is a transport network company, right? And what is given in the question? In question, it is given you are a senior business analyst from the finance department. So we are business analyst, right? So we will do the analysis and then whom we have to report to CFO. So in our format, let's say we have the right to letter, so it would be to CFO. And also we are carrying out tasks for other board members and senior managers. So we have two reporting things. So who we are? We are senior business analyst. And whom we are reporting? We are reporting to CFO plus other board members. Right. So first thing we understood this thing. Then we would start reading the policing. So now what does this company say? As I already told, the pre-scene is released 2 weeks before exam, right? So now, basically, pre-scene is nothing but it gives the details of the company, what are their markets, what are the services they provide, how much is their share, what are their strengths, everything about that industry is in the data. So now, a transport, what do you mean by a transport network company? So just to give you a simple example, you guys know Ola Uber, right? So what they do, they are just the intermediary between the car owner and customer, right? And in between is the TNC. So this TNC company is nothing but a mediator between the car owner and customer. So they are just helping them to book rides and provide other services similar to the Uber or Ola. So, a transport network company is a business which uses an online platform to connect customers who need to transport with independent drivers who provide it. TNC has grown rapidly around the world and have disrupted the traditional taxi and private hire market. Competition for customer also comes from traditional taxis and from public transport, including trains and bus. So obviously the competitor who are our competitors? One is the public private taxi cabs and other is the public transport. Now they are telling कि we are operating in which market? Beland market. Right. Now Beeline's population is over 200 million. So here we need to understand each point. We need to think on it. कि, okay, how it is. Let's say if there is some country where the people are only 100, right? So if we are opening a new product there, will it be useful? We don't have that much population only. कि people will take it. So we need to understand कि the service we are providing, who are our customers, and how much is the total population there. Now they are saying ki our customers, we as TNC's customers has doubled in the last 8 years. Okay. And there are two dominant players. We are the second largest. Right. So we have a big business. Now we and one more our competitors in B holds 85%. Now we are just trying to lead the listen and understand okay what is this business about. Right. Then several smaller TNCs have entered the market in last decade. Means see, these JNB and Bigo are all big players. Other small players also have entered the market, but they operate in very limited cities. Each city sets its own criteria for operating license to TNCs. So each city has their own criteria. We also need to understand that we are second largest, but we operate only in one country while ZB operates in 50 plus countries. So we need to see is there opportunity we can grow in other countries also. We will see the exhibits and then think, okay, what can be the answer? Now, the next is the TNC services. So what services are we providing? First is ride sharing, guys. So now what do you mean by ride sharing? Let's say in a five people wants to go from one city to another city. Every day there is office. So instead of taking their only one car, what only one customer, what they are doing, they will take five customers from different pickup points and they all will share the ride. So it will save their cost also. It will save the pollution cost also. So option one is ride sharing. First service that TNC is providing is ride sharing. Sharing a ride with other customers on a similar route at a discounted prices. Because obviously there are five people instead of one. So it will be helpful for everyone. Next is ride hailing. Now what do you mean by ride hailing? So this is actually the most popular TNC service. Now ride hailing is nothing but our basic ride where we can instantly book a ride, right? Or we can schedule it in advance. And then the driver will come and he will take us exactly where we want to go. So this is their most sellable and most popular ride hailing, right? We need to understand most sellable, most popular because see these are all products for TNCs, right? So whenever we talk about products, we need to understand okay, if we have let's say A, B, C, D products. So now we need to understand okay, which is our most selling product, which is our least selling product. Accordingly, we should know na, ki in which business we want to invest, in which business we don't want to invest. Right? We have heard the concept of cows, dogs, right? So we need to understand which is our star, which is our dog, which is our cash cow. So accordingly, whenever they are talking about various services, we should first understand what are the types of services and then how much is the sale there, how much is the demand there. Now the third service they are providing is micro mobility. Now micro mobility is nothing but shared cycle. They have let's say stations from A to B. Now in this city also they have some station you can take a cycle from here and you can park it in another city. So micro mobility is nothing but shared cycle. You can book this through app. You can lock unlock using app. Then there is customer rental. Now we need to understand that sometimes the customer wants let's say 15 days of car. He will only drive it. Like we have option of Zoom car in India. Right. So this customer rentals is nothing but where the cars are given to the customer on rent for 0 to 15 days. Right. And then the rental business also, and then the owner is someone else. Here, just we are a middleman between the owner and customer also. So we will get commission here. So the next service that we are providing is customer renters, understanding people. And then there is business services. See, now the businesses also needs travel services. Like if the directors wants to travel for meetings, if the employees wants to travel from home to company or from company to factory, or sometimes we need transportation for clients. So the last service that we provide is business services. Understood, guys? So the five services that we have are nothing but one is ride sharing, one is ride hailing. Ride hailing is nothing but our normal pickup drop service. Third is micro mobility, that is cycle service. Fourth is customer rentals, that we are getting for 0 to 14 days. We are giving it on rent cars. Last is business services. We are providing services to the businesses. Now we need to understand ki what how TNC customers will apply for it, what they will do. Very simple process. Whenever you want to book a car, what do? First of all, you will download the app. Then you will put enter the pickup location and the destination where you want to go. The price quotations will be there. Then you will confirm okay. You can pay this much price. Then you will get a driver, and then the driver details will be sent to customer, right? And then after the end of ride, there will be automatic payment. So this is a very simple process that the TNC customers are following. Same for TNC drivers. TNC drivers, they will make sure कि first of all they have driving license, guys, and at the same time they have the private car hire license, right? And then they will also have a app. And this, always remember, these drivers are not employees, right? They are independent contractors. The car is theirs. We are just providing them a part and they will have to give commission to us, right? So for every fare there would be, let's say, 60% would be theirs, 40% would be ours, for example. So this is about TNC drivers. Now you need to understand ki what are the industry challenges. Point number one is driver attraction and retention. Sometimes what happens is ki due to a lot of less payment, there is shortage of drivers because there is lack of sufficient income, or sometimes there is issue of safety. The driver may not be a good driver, right? So first of all, it is very, sometimes it becomes difficult to attract some drivers to drive for our application, and sometimes it is difficult to retain them. Then obviously there are multiple apps. The customer has various transport options. He can travel by metro, by bus. Not necessarily he will travel by taxis. So as they have various transport options, so preferences changes all time. So second is customer competition. Third is the safety issues. Sometimes there can be some theft, or there can be some unauthorized car use, or maybe sometimes technical frauds can be there. So now we need to take care of all the safety issues. Obviously, next is the environmental impact. As there will be some EV drivers, there will be non-EV drivers, right? Now the non-EV drivers will produce pollution. So with our business, it will get impacted, right? So that's why the non-EV drivers are getting some benefits in fees. EV drivers, sorry, so that they get perquisite key. Let's do EV. Next is the traffic management. Sometimes some cities have really bad traffic management, right? So if there is bad traffic management, people will not use the TNC services. They will take the public railway, or let's say metro. So these are all the key industry challenges. But you always know that now the world is developing, right? So now with world development, what are the new things that are happening? Food delivery. Now what TNC has started, TNC in some countries now offer food delivery by dedicated app. Customer order from restaurant prepares it, and TNC drivers delivers it. So along with normal transportation, they have also started food delivery. Now the market is of automatic cars. There are driverless cars. Many automatic cars are under testing. AI is helping the automatic cars to get driven. So this AI is used and it automatically scans all the collisions, brakes, and it has a GPS for navigation. So now as there are driverless cars, the issues of less drivers gets set off. And then we talked about EV. Obviously, if EV is there, the environmental impact will reduce because the pollution would reduce. Now, always remember what is KPI, key performance index. How we will see कि we are working great or not. We will first check कि how many number of customers we have used our app, how many number of drivers are active, number of rides that have been completed through our platform, how much commission fares we have earned, customer satisfaction and loyalty rating. Because in the long term also we have to see, and also the drivers satisfactions. So now these are the industry KPIs. Ki on these measures, they will generally measure ki okay, our company is good or not good, right? So we need to see ki these are the basis of comparison. Now the regulations, there are currently no overall standards for TNCs in Bilan in terms of operational requirement, technology and data security, driver status or environmental expectation. In some countries, drivers have set up trade unions and driver network association, which have had some success in challenging TNCs on drivers' rights and safety. So see, currently there are no regulations, but it is important to have proper regulations so that there is driver safety. In some cities, there are trade unions, but overall, to see in long term, there should be regulations for drivers' employment rights and status. So we will have to see if there is some question where we have to give a suggestion. So we will suggest this also. Right. Now we will talk about our company. Till now, what we understood, what are the services TNCs are providing, how is the bill and market, what are the services TNCs and now matlab latest developments. Now coming to Biago company. So this Biago company was founded by Ed Force and Kimberly 12 years ago. They are located in Bilan. Status is second largest, 16 million active customers, and now they are predicting to reach 19 million. Their main focus is encouraging ride sharing, recognize high demand for both ride sharing and ride hailing, supported financially by several venture capitalist investors. So these are our stakeholders because they have invested. Now the marketing message is go with Biago. Right. Now the services that they are offering are ride hailing and sharing, micro mobility, and business services. So out of the five services, ride sharing, ride hailing, micro mobility, customer rental, and business services. So they are not providing customer renters. We are just discussing now. Till now, what we have seen, they are not providing customer rentals. So now in ride hailing and sharing, both available, but ride hailing is most popular. Right? 1 in 20 rides is shared. Means sharing is very rare. So we need to understand ki okay. And ride hailing's revenue is 72% of the revenue. And ride sharing is 21% to 12%. It is declining. So we need to understand. Now see, now they have two businesses, right? One is ride hailing and one is sharing. What they have told ki one of 20 is sharing. So 19 of 20 is ride hailing. Second is 72% of revenue. 12% of revenue. That is also declining. So obviously, if we have to invest money, we need to understand that we will take out money from sharing and we will invest in ride hailing. Right? So we need to understand and give recommendation as per the question. Next is the micromobility. We have shared bicycle. The share is increasing and we hold 62%. We are the highest market share here, right? So we need to understand कि, okay, how we can retain this market share and increase our benefits. And then the third is corporate transport for business and clients. So it is 15% of revenue, 12% market share. So this is our services provided. Now, what are the technologies that we use? See, it is simple. We will just understand we have a mobile app and website. Then we will have a payment processing software. We will have customer and drivers database. Then we have a GPS software. We have cloud computing. Then we have data analytics and machine learning. We have digital marketing. Right. So through app and payment, we can do all the matlab the customers can book, the suppliers can accept. Then the customer and driver database, obviously maps is required as this is transportation business, so GPS we have. And obviously today is a world of digital marketing and AI, so we have data analytics and digital. So these are the various technologies that they are using. Now the further details are given of the staff structure. So our staff structure is research and design. We have 22%. So we need to understand what type of research and design they are doing. Then we have product management 820, 16%, data science 14%, customer services 14%, legal 12%, sales and marketing 10%, finance 5%, human resource 4%. So overall total we have 5,000 employees. But over 50% are in research and design, product management, and data science. Drivers are not recognized as employees. So see, you need to understand that okay, 50% employees majorly are in research management, product and data science. So we need to understand कि whether we have to, why these many numbers are required, are these extra? Can we do something about it? So it would reduce our cost, right? So we should understand कि what is the need and accordingly we will answer. Then the next is कि obviously the drivers are not the employees as I already told. They are on contract basis, so they will not be counted in our employees. Now then, as already there are multiple committees in a company. So there is non-executive chairman, he is the chairman, right? Then we have six non-executive directors. We have CEO, CFO, CTO, CCO, CPO, CMO. So we have a huge senior leadership structure, which is important for every business. So here we need to understand कि out of these whom we are reporting to the CFO. So for us, we need to understand कि okay, whatever the are the major relation with finance and reporting that we will have with CFO and then with other members. Now, what is the mission of the company? To provide communities with affordable, accessible, and sustainable transport. This is the mission. What is the mission of company? The world where transport and technology works seamlessly to bring people, business, and communities together. Understand now we are leading the pre-seen data. We don't have to learn all this data. We just have to understand what are the points here. And then when we lead the exhibits, we have to lead it okay. In the exhibits, how this data is related and we can write in answer. We don't have to copy paste and directly write whole pre-seen or whole exhibit in answer. If you do that, you will not get marks. Next is the values and commitments. Right. So ethical code of conduct, highest ethical and professional standards. Committed to safety, annual driver background. So annually what they are doing background checks of drivers, criminal monitoring, safety programs. Then there is emergency buttons, light cameras. So they are taking care of driver safety. We had discussed one of the industry issue. Then we discussed that there is environmental issues. So they are encouraging shared and micro mobility. So they are investing in micro mobility. Right, then EV option is there in app. So these are the new commitments they are trying to do. Now the key risk that we were discussing in pleasing. See, first of all, our business is totally technology dependent. Let's say our server goes down, our business will stop that day. because there is cyber attack risk, right? Then the data privacy and security, we have massive customer and rival data. Sometimes it can be misused. Then competitor, JNB is a large and operating globally, right? So now he's our biggest competitor. Next is driver status. They are independent contractors, so any days they can leave, right? And the trade union also pressure sometimes increases. Then regulatory uncertainty, like there are, as I already discussed, there is no overall TNC standards. Then the environmental space is there. Safety and disruptive technologies are always there. Sometimes driverless cars are not that well, or there may be issues, right? So all these are the key risks. Now, sir, what are these? As we discuss the industry KPIs, this is related to our business. First, we discuss ki, okay, in industry what is happening, and now we are discussing about our company. So revenue is strongly increasing. So this is a good point, right? Then we have active customers that have also doubled in 5 years. So that is also a good point. And in generally market they will increasing to 8 years, and now in our company it is just 5 years. Then right completed are 30 million to 75. So this is also right. Then net promoter score 42 to 36 below industry average. So we need to understand ki why the promoter score is decreasing. Why the driver satisfaction has also decreased, and then revenue by services. Now you need to understand that our main business is ride hailing. Then ride sharing is just 12%, business is 15%. Now if we are only business is majorly hailing, so if hailing is only dominant and if it starts falling, our business will directly fall down. So we need to understand how we can grow the other business. And the ride sharing is falling, right? It was first 21% and now it is 12%. See, it was told here. It was 21%, but now it is 12%. So we need to check okay, why this is following. So basically what the KPIs are saying, key the revenue and customer are growing strongly. That is our quality metrics. No, that are all quantitative metrics. So our quantitative metrics are increasing, but our quality metrics are decreasing. Which are our quality metrics? The net promoter score and driver infection. So we need to understand ki what this says ki the growth that is coming is at the cost of service quality. That means we are decreasing our quality just to increase our revenue. So now we need to understand ki as our net promoter score is falling below industry average, that means the customer are less satisfied than the competitors' customer. So we need to think ki how we can rebuild our business in a better way. Now this is the pre-sim which is generally given to you before 2 weeks of exam. Right? For the March and June exam, whatever the pre-sim will be released. For March to it is released yesterday. So that also we will be practicing separately, because that for each attempt it would be very important to practice that pre-scene as well as the previous pre-scenes. Previous pre-scenes we need to practice to understand okay how we are going to draft answers. And current year's pre-scene for which you are giving exam, you need to know because the exhibits will be on that basis. You don't need to learn it in exam. Also, the pre-scene would be available, but just to save your time, you should read it thoroughly many times, and then we will try to think okay what are the types of questions that can be asked on this pre-scene. Now, on exam day, candidates receive 4 additional exhibits alongside the pre-sim. These exhibits form the primary source for developing answer. So, before reading the exhibits, we would first read all the tasks so that we are aware of what are things are to be done. So, what is our task number one? Our task number one is prepare a report for CFO which assesses BO's current service portfolio to determine appropriate strategy to manage the portfolio effectively. Always remember, as I always told you, कि 80 marks are for our technical and 20 marks are professional. So if you want to get the professional skill, so analysis, considering and reflecting on the information provided by the marketing department to identify how Biago could manage its service portfolio effectively. And now the format. In exam, they will not give this hint कि we have to make a report directly like this. In question task one, it was given prepare a report. So first, if the question specifies what is to be made, then well and good. We need to understand कि okay, we have to write it in a format of report. In last class only we discussed कि how is the format of report. We will first have two whom we are writing. So two CFO we are writing. In the question is your right. And from whom? Senior business analyst. Where did we get in the question? At the start it was given you are a senior business analyst. Now what is the subject? We are assessing the current service portfolio and then there would be this is the data. Now we need to read the exhibit 1. Right? No sir. First we will read all the tasks. So which is the task 2? Task 2 is food delivery, integrated reporting. Prepare a report for CFO which evaluates how the value created from food delivery would be reported in the six capitals of Biagio's internal integrated report. So now here what they are talking. Maybe now they would have started what? Food delivery. Now, as they would have started food delivery, so here how it is going to affect the six capitals of integrated reporting that we need to write. We don't need to exactly write just the headings, we need to relate it with the answers. Then the next task is prepare an appendix for the report to CFO which recommends with reasons for non-financial key performance KPIs. So now non-financial KPIs they want, which could be used to monitor and evaluate the performance of the proposed food delivery in the first year of services. So this is nothing but that's why I'm saying we should read all the tasks together so we are aware कि okay we what answers we need to find. So now first thing is we need to make a report on food delivery and then we have to make a report on non-financial KPIs, right? Then the next task that we have is prepare two presentation slides with accompanying notes which assess the benefits and risks to Biago of using cloud technology. So now here what we have to do is we have to write the benefits and risks of using cloud technology. Understood guys? And when it comes to presentation slides, always remember what we have to make. We have to first make the presentation slide, but along with that we have to make the speaker notes. So basically, for total four things will come. In exam, on the CBE platform also, if you see, we can answer in three things. That is Word, spreadsheet, and third one is nothing but presentation slide. We will use 90% or 95% of the times Word. Except for the questions has thousands of calculations or many calculations, then only we use spreadsheet. And presentation slide will only be used when a question specifies to make presentation slide. So now this is one of the direct questions where you can write the advantages and disadvantages and interrelate with the question. Now the next is the disruptive technologies, that is draft the email response to the CFO which evaluates the extent to which the disruptive technology highlights by the CEO could impact. Right. So what we have to do, how this disruptive technology is highlighted by CEO could impact. Now where we will get the CEO? In the exhibits we'll understand what CEO has told. So these are all the exhibits. So now what we would do? Now we would start reading the exhibits. Till now you have understood what I want to tell. What is the business? How we are reading it. Are you understanding, guys? Are you facing any issues? Okay, just a second. Okay. So now, what does the exhibit one says? An analysis of company's current service portfolio prepared by Viago Marketing Department. Right. So, what is the first service? First is the ride sharing. Currently, only one of 20 of our rides is shared by customers. Shared rides were the foundation of our business as environment sustainable transport solution. However, ride sharing has not been popular as are ride hailing. Market growth rate is 6% per annum. So, growth rate is how much, guys? 6%. And only one of 20, as you already discussed, is our ride sharing. Now, competitors. Delay is the main ride sharing company in Bilan and focuses exclusively on ride sharing market. It focuses is environmental sustainability and has been very popular with customer aged and retired over the year 65. JNB still offered ride sharing as a service, but Biago it has been become less popular compared to ride hailing. Market share here, the Delay has 38%, JNB has 22%, Biago has 20%, and others have. So here our competitors are, we are, let's say the third one. Delay and JNB both are having 38 and 22%. So we need to understand that they both are holding 60% of the share and we have 20%. Now the ride hailing, which is our most important business. So ride hailing continues to grow in popularity in Bilan. Customers in urban areas are increasing moving towards TNC transport options to access work and leisure. The urban population is set to increase by 10% in the next years. Market growth is 11%. So here the market growth rate is also 11%. Obviously, if there is a business that has 5% weight load and if there is business that has 11% weight load, which one you would choose, guys? Anybody will choose which has 11%, right? Or you would be like, no, no, sir, I would choose which has 6%. Which one would you choose? Then our competitors. Zenbi is the longest established and the largest competitor in ride hailing in Bilan. However, Bengo has grown significantly in recent years and has won a significant performance proportion of business road. So market share here, Zenbi has 50%, Biago has 35%, and others have 15%. So here we are on second position. Now the third exhibit. Micromobility is increasing rapidly in popularity driven by the increasing focus on sustainable. It has increased popular with younger customers. Biagio has invested significantly in micromobility infrastructure in the last few years. Market growth rate is 14%. So now you need to understand here the growth. This is a growing business, guys. So here we will require cash because see everybody is moving towards sustainability. Right? So as everybody is moving towards sustainability, everybody would want that there should be less pollution. So they might start using cycles more. But we have to see, right? Biago is a market leader in the micromobility. No other TNC has invested as heavily as the market new compared to Biago. And here we have 62%, guys. We already have 62%, and this is a growing business. So we should be more happy कि okay we can grow in this business, right? And then the next is There has been a rapid growth in the demand for business transport solutions. Corporate transportation costs have been rising, and many businesses are looking to alternatives transport solutions for staff and customers which are sustainable. So now in business services there is rapid demand, right? And the growth rate is also here 15%. So this micro mobility and business services are a growing business, guys, right? So now the next thing is the what our competitors are. The business service market is currently quite fragmented. There are many business solutions available and many custom competitors in the market offering a wide range of business. Depart is a dedicated TNC provider of business service providers and transport services. What are the market shares? Depart has 28%, Depart 28%, Beago 12%, and others 60%. So now, first you need to understand, okay, these are the four services, right? Some places, what we have? Some places we have less market share. Some places we have more market share, right? Some places we have less market shares like market growth and same more market. So now when we talk about market share and market growth, the first thing that should come to your mind is BCG matrix, guys. Remember, guys, BCG matrix. BCG matrix was nothing but a table, guys. Remember? Does anybody remember? Yes, sir, we had studied something, but we don't remember it. So here it was nothing but market growth, and here it was nothing but market share. So if we have to frame our business in these four parts, where we will frame, guys? Now here it would be high, low, right? Now this is high, this is low, this is high, and this is low. So we need to understand which is our business which has high market share and high market growth. So we will see, okay, we have four businesses. Where does ride sharing comes, where does ride hailing comes, where does micro mobility comes, and where does business services come. Let's go from one to one. First is ride sharing. So now, as the question itself says, before how the ride sharing is declining from 12% to 6%. So, which will be it? It has a low market share plus it has a low market growth, guys. So, now it would come under dog. You remember, guys, this was star, this was question mark, this was cash cow, and then there was dog. So now if we want to put all these four in our BCG matrix, this is nothing but BCG matrix. So the right sharing will come in dog, guys, if I am not wrong, right? This would be our dog because here we have low market share and low market growth. Then the second is ride hailing. Now the ride hailing, guys, has high market growth, but our share is less as compared to people. So we need to grow in this. So the growth is high, but our share is low. So the ride hailing will come. here, guys. Are you understanding, guys? Because we need to increase the share. Then the next is micro mobility, guys. Micro mobility, we have high share, guys, 73%, right? And at the same time, we have high growth. So where it will come? It will come in star. And then the last is business services. Now the business services, we are also growing. We have a less market share, but the growth is very high, guys. Right? So we have less market share, but the growth is high. So business services will again come here. Now you are thinking, Sarki, how did you first got into Clicky? Why we use BCG metrics only? We had so many things. So you need to understand that when question has given us data about market growth and market share, our mind should first click, okay, now we have to use the BCG matrix here. Point. Point number two is in this thing. Now these are the four services. Now we thought, okay, where is the low market share? Where is the low demand? Low growth. Accordingly, we have plotted. So to our CFO, what was our question? We'll come back to again question and read what was our task. So what we will do, we would first see, okay, what we have to do. We have to prepare a report which assesses the BOS's current service portfolio. And we have to determine appropriate strategies to manage the portfolio effectively, right? So what we would do, we would first write to CFO and we would first see we will make this table and we will tell them okay, now this is our business and now we will explain them ki micro mobility is our star. Why it is our star? Because the market growth and market share both are important. So first we'll start with we write about what is market growth, what is market share. Obviously after introduction. In our report, first we write the introduction, then we write about market growth, then we will write about market share. Right? Then after that we will draw this diagram and then we will explain the diagram ki why micromobility is a star, why ride hailing and business services are question marks, right? Then explanation. And after we have done all the explanations of all the 4 points, key star, question marks, cash cows, and dogs, then what we would do, then we will write the conclusion. So this should be our basic structure for our report. Understood, guys? Where we have started with introduction, then we have written, okay, what is the market growth, what are the market share, then in diagram, after the diagram we will explain, ki, okay, why this is star, why this is question mark, why this is cash cows, and then dog, and then make the answer. So in our next part, we would graph the answers and solve all the other exhibits.